Hey everyone, I'm back from my vacation break. To start the new year off with a new video, I decided to make my top superhero films of 2016 from best to worst to make things more interesting. The movies here will only be the DC and Marvel movies that were released. These are also my personal opinion and it may differ from your own. Okay, this was a pretty tough choice, but if I had to pick a winner, it would be Deadpool.
Corinthian leather.
I'm looking for Francis! Have you seen this man?
Oddly, this was also the first superhero film released in 2016. Why this movie made my top cut was because not only is this the perfect Deadpool film, but arguably one of the best superhero films released. Not only did this film manage to be faithful to the character and to give comic book origins and have ties to the stories, it managed to pull it all off with the comic book fans and the general audience members alike. The perfect blend of being able to please both fan bases. It also did justice to the few X-Men characters that appeared. One of the things I liked was the humor of the film, as well as the performances. Now, I know this film is controversial, but I enjoyed it. This film has left mixed feelings with people, and I was one of those who liked it. Even the theatrical cut, which is not to be spoken of anymore, by the way. Even if you don't like it, you have to admit that there are some good scenes in the film, such as the fight between Batman and Superman, and pretty much almost all the Batfleck scenes. I think Ben Affleck's performance was the best out of all, since many people thought he was going to fail. Not only does this movie have serious tones, but it also shows the Superman's emotions, with him not knowing what to do to make everyone happy. After this, the films were pretty hard to place in the category from my favorite to least favorite, but I'll explain why Strange made my number 3. First off, I love the whole sci-fi magic fantasy aspect of it. I know that each comic book film is fantasy and completely not real, but what Doctor Strange has is all the magical elements. I like seeing all that in the film. The transformation of Strange from an egotistical doctor to Sorcerer Supreme good guy was great. It had a weak villain in the movie, Dormammu, but overall, it was a good entry to the MCU. Okay, this one wasn't as good as the previous two prequels, but it wasn't that bad as many people say. I guess this has a special place and higher up than the next one coming up due to my love for the X-Men and how great the first two prequel films are. I love how they made more justice to Cyclops and seeing Magneto's descent into darkness as he finally becomes the villain we all know and love. Not to mention how he finally uses other powers he has, such as manipulating the Earth's magnetic field. Oh, and of course, Quicksilver. He was one of the most positive things in the film. One aspect I hated about the movie,
Forget
this.
everything you think you know. Whatever lessons you learned in school, whatever your parents taught you, none of that matters. You're not kids anymore. You're not students. You're X-Men.
Although I don't consider this a terrible movie, it's also not the best MCU movie we've had. I think The Winter Soldier was better story-wise. While this film does have great action sequences and visuals, it's a nice entry into the MCU franchise. One of the best things about the film was the Spidey and Black Panther appearances, as well as the airport scene and the final fight between Tony, Steve, and the Winter Soldier, which tests the limits of both Iron Man and the Captain between themselves and their trust. Also, seeing Giant Man in the big screen was a fun surprise.
Holy shit!
Okay, tiny dude is big now. He's big now.
guess that's the signal.
Alright, to clarify, I don't hate this movie. I think it's a good popcorn movie. Meaning if you want to kill some time, then this is a good superhero movie to do so. I'll discuss the positives of the film. First off, the cast was great. Smith and Robbie definitely owned their respective roles. The Batman and Flash appearance was awesome to see.
No honor among thieves, eh?
Waller acted like Waller from the comics. El Diablo was probably the most surprising character since I didn't have a lot of faith in him when seeing the trailers. There are some good action sequences, such as when they get ambushed, and that's pretty much it. So far, this is my least favorite DCEU film, but it doesn't mean it's terrible. Just not as good as the rest. That's all I have for now, and I apologize for the delay in videos. It's been a long 2 months. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe. Also, check out some of our other videos.